As you can see, we are getting into the fall colors here in Colorado. One of the most beautiful times of the year. This is going to be an amazing trip, both scenic and a little technical in a few places. We've got some great things we're going to see. We're going to go to Crystal Mill. We're going to do Schofield Pass. We're going to do Taylor Pass. We're going to do Pearl Pass. We're going to just see all kinds of stuff. We're going to be up above the tree line. We're going to be in the forest. It should absolutely be beautiful. This is considered to be one of the best places to go during the fall. And we're already not even to Marble yet, and we're at our first stop, the historic Redstone coke ovens. So, give you a little history of that stuff as we show you what the coke ovens are all about. The Redstone coke ovens are a series of beehive-shaped structures located near Redstone, Colorado. Built in 1899 by the Colorado Fuel and Iron Company. They were designed to process coal into coke, a fuel essential for steel production. And what they do is they heat coal in the absence of oxygen, driving off impurities and leaving behind a nearly pure carbon product called coke. And how they worked was coal was loaded into the ovens, sealed, and heated to high temperatures. The resulting coke was then used in the steel-making processes. The ovens represent an important chapter in Colorado's industrial history, showcasing the region's role in coal mining and steel production. The ovens are obviously no longer in production, but they remain as a historical landmark, offering a glimpse into the past. And located right next to the coke ovens is the Coal Basin Miners Memorial. This is a monument that was dedicated to the miners who lost their lives in the coal mining industry in the region. So if you don't know where we're at, we're south of Glenwood Springs. Now, even though we're not even to the big named iconic locations that we're going to visit on this trip, we are still seeing all kinds of beautiful places. Now, we had just passed a sign that said Hayes Creek Falls. And since we don't want to miss anything on this trip, we turned around to go back and check it out. Now this isn't really a hike back to the waterfall, it's just a scenic stop along 133. The whole trip back to the waterfall and back to the highway is less than 1/10 of a mile, and there's only about a 10-foot elevation change. So it's a very easy walk back to this 40-foot waterfall. We think it's worth the stop. Now, I couldn't help myself standing next to this river. It looks very fishy. So I let Katerina take Lucas over to the waterfall, and I pulled out my Tenkara rod and tried to catch something, but did not happen. Time to get back on the road and see what else lies in front of us. But we are barely 5 miles in, and we've seen some historic coke ovens, we've seen some deer, we've seen some beautiful river, we've seen waterfalls. I mean, if this is any indication of how this trip is going to go, then it's going to be an absolutely amazing adventure. And we are just barely getting started. We have a long ways to go this weekend. We are very excited that it's already starting off this nice. Tasty burrito crossing. Turn right. And we're now entering the town of Marble, which gets its name from, well, the stone called marble. Now, in 1873, gold seekers discovered the vast Yule marble deposit. Now, Yule marble is a special kind of marble, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. In 1899, the town was incorporated. And the early 1900s, the city boomed due to the marble industry. In the 1910s, Yule marble is used around the world and on iconic places like the Lincoln Memorial and the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Because of this unique Yule marble deposit, it rivals marble from places like Italy and Greece. Now, I told you this was Yule marble, which is a unique and highly prized type of marble. And it's because it has some distinguishing characteristics. First off, it's exceptionally pure, composed of 99.5% calcite. This high purity contributes to its bright white color and luminous appearance. Now, it has a consistent grain structure, resulting in a very smooth texture and uniform appearance, making it ideal for large-scale projects and intricate carvings. And as you drive around, you'll see some of the places around here with some really, really cool carvings that have been done. Now, the crystalline structure gives it almost a luminous quality because it reflects light so beautifully. It enhances its aesthetic appeal and makes it a popular choice for architectural and sculptural applications. Now, because of how it's able to be quarried with huge flawless blocks, this is really crucial for very large scale construction. Now, you can see some of these trucks here with these massive blocks of marble on them. We actually had to get out of their way and let them go past us. And if you want to get up close and personal to some marble, you can visit the mill site. Now, this was constructed between 1896 and 1905, and the mill produced marble used in numerous significant buildings across Oregon, California, and Colorado. The facility housed departments for sawing, polishing, and carving, and was largely built from the very marble that it processed. Despite surviving disasters like a 1912 snowslide and a 1925 fire, the mill finally closed in 1941 when the U.S. government deemed it a non-essential industry. Its railroad tracks and equipment were then dismantled and melted down for the World War II effort. In the 1970s, the mill site was admitted to the National Historic Society and gained protection through the Small Business Administration. The Colorado Yule Quarry, source of the marble, was reopened in 1989 and is now operated by an Italian company where they fabricate the distinctive white marble at their modern finishing factory in Delta, Colorado. Today, the 25-acre marble mill site park preserves the historic location, featuring large marble pillars and remnants of the old mill. Adding a touch of modern recreation to this historic landscape, the park even boasts a frisbee golf course. Now, listed on the National Register of Historic Places, the Marble Mill site is protected, and the removal of marble, artifacts, and even plants from the park is strictly prohibited. And now you know more about marble than you probably ever wanted to. Well, we are continuing our adventure here in Marble. We are at Beaver Lake, getting ready to get on Crystal River Road. So you can see already we've seen several historic sites, some animals, some waterfall. It has just been an incredible morning already, and it's only like 10:30 in the morning. I can't wait to see how the rest of this day pans out. But you just saw Katerina walking through this amazing mine exhibit or marble exhibit. Just crazy stuff there in the town. But we need to keep going. We're going to leave Beaver Lake and go hit Crystal River Road. Well, that was a quick stop over at Lizard Lake. And we didn't see any of the salamanders there, which is how it got its name, but it is a great spot to stop, take in some scenery, and if you have not aired down yet, this is the time to do it because the road just gets rockier and rougher from here. Now, while trail guides often call this a straight through, meaning you can exit when you get to the end, you have two choices, Lead King Basin or Schofield Pass. Now, if you put in your GPS to head to Crested Butte, it's going to take you over Schofield. This is not for the weak of heart. Many people have followed their GPS there to their own peril and had to be recovered. So, unless you are absolutely prepared for one of the most dangerous roads in Colorado, I suggest you just turn around and head back the way you came. I cannot imagine a better time of year to be here. These fall colors are absolutely amazing. As you've seen, the trail is often very, very narrow, and this is one of the few places where it's wide enough to let people pass you or get by you in the opposite direction. But we have made it to the iconic Crystal Mill. Even though the name is Crystal Mill, it was never technically a mill. It was a powerhouse. It was built on a dam which housed a wind turbine, which created compressed air to run tools and ventilation for nearby mines. Now, it was built in 1893 and was operational until 1917. But it's still here, and it is worth taking this trail and taking a look at it for yourself. Your next stop past the mill is the town of Crystal City. This was founded in 1881 as a silver mining camp for the workers in the area, and it was named for the abundant quartz crystals in the area. In the 1800s, it hit a peak population of a whopping 300 people. But decline began with the silver bust, drastically reducing the population. By 1920, it was largely considered a ghost town. Today, there's a few residents that come and enjoy the season during the summer, and that's about all you're going to find anymore in Crystal City. Now we're following trails off-road, which is going to take us to the end of the trail, which is only a quarter mile past Crystal City. But if you don't want to go up there, then just go ahead and turn around in Crystal City and head back to Marble. Well, that was Crystal River Road. A lot of fun, very iconic. Beautiful scenery. You got Crystal Mill, you got Crystal City, and then from there up to here where we go either to Lead King Basin or Schofield Pass, that last like half mile was actually probably the hardest part of the entire trail, which still any stock vehicle, well, stock 4x4 with some decent ground clearance anyway, can make it. I wouldn't bring a sedan up that last section. If you like this type of scenery, you like a little bit of history, you like a little bit of fun, then this is a trail for you. Crystal River Road, absolutely amazing, especially this time of year with the aspens turning. Couldn't ask for more. But now we got more in store as we head back and hopefully not run into a ton of traffic, because there is a lot of people on here. As I said earlier, Crystal Mill is one of the most photographed things in all of Colorado. There's a ton of hikers, a ton of people up here. Be careful when you come up this way. A better way would be to take Lead King Basin and then whip over to Crystal Mill from here. You're gonna run into less traffic, but it's a lot more technical, but we'll be showing you that in another video. So thanks for watching from Katarina and myself, and Lucas in here. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.